If you could change something about yourself, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I think I just would like to, know more about the world and what happens, and I'd like to have more time in the day, and I'd like to be able to do all the things that I am working on that I hope will help people. I mean, I would like to be able to have even greater opportunities with more time to do all the things that I'm still working on and that I care about. So that would mean I'd have to sleep less. So I'd like to change that about myself. The number of hours I need for sleep, so that I would have even more hours in the day to work and be involved and meet people like you and spend time with you.
As a mother, what do you perceive are your strengths and weaknesses?
Gee, I don't know. You probably have to ask my daughter. I've just tried to do the best I knew how, and I think that it's such a challenge for any of us who are mothers or fathers, because there are very few people. There are some malevolent, evil people in the world, but the vast majority of parents try to do the best they can, given what they themselves were given as children and how they were raised and what they understand about themselves and the world. And no matter how hard you try, you're going to make mistakes. They may be different mistakes than your parents made. That's why I think that parents and children have to develop kind of a sense of forgiveness and support for each other. Because I remember when Chelsea was a baby, and one night she was just crying and crying, and I talk about this in my book, and I just didn't know how to comfort her, and I just finally said to her, I said, I've never been a mother before, and you've never been a baby before. We're just going to have to learn how to do this together. Well, certainly as your child grows through childhood and into adolescence and into adulthood, you have to keep adjusting that relationship, because how you treat a 2-year-old is not how you treat a 12-year-old or an 18-year-old. But it's hard for parents because we want so much to do what is right, and sometimes we don't always know what is right. We think we do, and we're trying very hard to do it, but it may not be right for our child or these times. And certainly for parents who have more than one child, unlike me, you can't treat any child the same as any other child, because each has a different personality, and what works in terms of parenting for one child with a certain temperament may not work with another child in the same family, out of the same gene pool. So it's a challenge constantly to try to be as alert and open and flexible and knowledgeable about yourself, about your child, about circumstances, to do the best job you can. And then I think everybody has to relax a little bit and try to be understanding of each other. And it's always remarkable how, as you go through stages of development, you do kind of understand each other a little better. And as young people get older and begin to think about the world on a different level and what it would be like to be a parent, they also, I think, have a little more sensitivity toward what their own parents went through.